And you're welcome back. Meta's platforms on Wednesday evening experienced a significant internet meltdown, with Instagram recording over 70,000 outage reports and Facebook surpassing 100,000 frustrated users. Now, frustrated users took to X, formerly known as Twitter, to express their inability to send messages or view updates on the affected apps. Meta acknowledged the disruption on X, assuring users that it was aware of the issue and working swiftly to restore normal services. WhatsApp also recorded technical issues, saying it was actively resolving the problem and seeing gradual improvements for most users. This incident follows previous outages, including a brief global WhatsApp disruption in April and a similar mass login failure on the 5th of March. Now to discuss this, we are joined by a tech expert, Ugochukwu Nweriji. You're welcome, Ugochukwu. Thank you very much for joining us today. So first...
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. So first off, let's ask what the implications of these outages might be, especially for us here in Nigeria or even on a global scale.
Okay, definitely it's going to be like a very bad one, a massive issue because as of this time, most people are doing businesses online. The advent of e-commerce has pushed almost everything. The traditional ways of doing business is almost out the door as of right now. We have lots of our influencers doing business online, lots of people doing advertisements and communications online. So definitely it will have a serious impact on businesses all across the globe, especially in Nigeria here, where we have most of our youth basically on the internet surfing and doing businesses. Entertainment business also is going to be on a down. We have had some serious downtime yesterday because lots of people are online trying to push out different things at different times. So it was a big one.
So these outages are happening a bit one too many times now. We're beginning to see them more frequently. So I'm wondering what the implications of this might be, especially noting the intangibility of businesses these days. We all have to get on some sort of digital platform to do business. So what are the implications of these frequent outages, and how bad could it get?
Okay, firstly, we need to understand whatever happened exactly. As of right now, it's been very sketchy getting information about what exactly happened. But from an expert point of view, I think is what we call the SPOF, the SPOF, which is a single point of failure. Because in the network balance, what we call SPOF, which is a single point of failure, is a part of the system that if it fails, it makes the entire system to stop. And that is what I think should have happened, because we've not had Meta come out to say that there has been any breach in security or a cyber attack. As of right now, what we have is still sketchy. But looking at what has gone down, I think it looks more like a single point of failure, and they're trying to patch this up. Firstly, the first impact happened at around 12:30 p.m. New York time, which is like 5:30 p.m. UK time and 4:30 a.m. of time in Sydney, Australia, at about 18 hours GMT roundabout. Everybody started witnessing some really little issues on Facebook, IG, WhatsApp, all the major Meta platforms, the platforms I would like to call the Mac platforms. And going back in history, we know they had the same problem, like you said, in 2021 when they had a major problem. Mac had come out to apologize to people. They also had a problem by March this year where they had a crowd strike Falcon security. When it got entangled with the Microsoft Windows and led to crashing of systems. So they've had a couple of issues now. And in terms of network management, as what we call the network management procedures, which we itemize as calling by FCAPS, which is the faults, the configuration, accounting, performance, and security. And I know basically that definitely a big firm like global firm like Meta should have all that in place. But the issue is this: you cannot rule out the human angle, you cannot rule out mistakes happening in different places, technical glitches coming on. So as of right now, I know that all the support people in Meta are actually looking at the fault management systems. Yes, now at this point they're having a reactive approach, because when it happened, they didn't know exactly what happened. So they will have had a reactive approach to fault management to try to find out what has happened. As of 5:30 p.m. yesterday, they came out to say, New York time, they came out to say that they had about 99% resolve the issues that they were having, and that they were looking forward to make sure they get back to normal operations.
Okay,
But
Ogochukwu, sorry, just to save time, I wanted to know, now most of these platforms are actually messaging platforms, so it brings the question of security here. So how safe are our, well, information that we have been plotting through these platforms?
As of right now, they've not called it a security breach. It's looking more like a technical breach, a technical glitch. So as like I was saying, they've done the reactive approach, which was reactive fault management in bringing up the system up to 99%. As of right now, they should be going into the proactive approach, which is assessing all the critical components that they have, their nodes, the modules, each systems and the network, checking out which of the critical components had issues. By the time they look at this and find out the faults, then they can now build up a very higher level of fault tolerance to make sure that this does not happen again. So as of right now, they've not said there was a breach in security, so which means that our information are still very secured, and I don't think anybody has come out to take any claims that there was any breach or you've lost any information so far. With all those that have gone back into the networks, I think most of the Meta platforms are working quite all right now. So as of right now, like I said, the information about what exactly happened is still sketchy. So we're looking at waiting for them to come out and finish up their network procedures, network management procedures, which has to do with the fault management, configuration management, accounting management, performance management, and security management. Until they do the FCAS strategy, they won't be able to get out and get the exact information. But in due course, they will be able to get information and able to now do a proactive fault management system where they will have very high fault tolerance to make sure that things like this do not happen again.
And what recourse do business owners have in terms of these failures? What could they do if this was to happen again in order to save information or perhaps continue business activities? Where do they fall? Where do they fall onto?
When you're using a platform that is not yours, an app that is not yours, you're basically in the hands of whoever owns those apps, because you are a user, you are not the owner of the app. So in most cases, most of those big security, network companies, they have a lot of servers, have a lot of plus ones. That was what we call redundancy, and try to make sure they do not get into issues like this. So automatically, I know that definitely Meta has all this in place, but you cannot rule out technical glitches happening due to one reason or the other. Since they said it's not a cyber attack, we have to actually wait for them to finish up their reports and come out with us to tell us exactly what happened. But I think as of right now, the support people are on top of their game, and they came back on less than 12 hours, which is very okay, and everything is working normally. For right now, there is nothing you as a user can do. You were just a user. You are not the owner of the app, and there is no recourse to what you, because even if you look at when you register, they give you the terms of reference, terms of service, which you sign. So definitely they've indemnified themselves a long time beforehand. So there's practically nothing you can do until they come back. You are their beck and listen. You are their service for them to give you any service they want. It is for you to use, not for you to complain about how the service is run. You are not, most times when we don't pay for most of these services, we just buy get internet service and we're onto them. So until we start paying for what we use, then you can hold them accountable. For now, we are at their service.
All right, Ogochukwu, I want to say thank you very much for the details that you've given us regarding the situation. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.